Hello. Hi, everybody. We had a few moments of technical problems and a bit of panic, but all is well here. We're happy to be live and to talk to you about collecting our successes. So if you're here with us, please say hello, wave, say your name, tell us where you're from, and already try to think, what is your recent success? It can be even something small that you want to share with us. So please let us know that you're here, say your name, where you're from, and what is your recent success? Was it being to stay calm even if the live Facebook event was almost devastated like we just did? Is it being able to keep cool even if there is
heat in the area
around? Something that you did, something you created. So we would love to see also who's here with us, and our way to know it is by you saying hello, saying your name, and where you're from. So let's start, right?
Yes. It's very funny. Why? Not really funny, but why did we choose about collecting our successes?
Yes.
Because if you remember, today it's actually, yesterday it was a full moon.
Today is a full moon.
It's so, yesterday it looked full, so what is it today? Full plus? It can't be full plus, it only can be full minus.
No, it's full plus plus.
Yeah, so it's really feel like this.
Yes.
So actually after the 2 weeks ago when we really planted the seed of the magnet and the compass, so today we're really interested to see what was collected to the magnet and what we declare to ourselves we want to be magnet to. Because if we don't declare, everything will rush. It's like when you go outside in the garden with a huge magnet, it collects things you never thought that are on the ground, but it collects them. So if we choose what we want to become, to what we want to become a magnet, I think we will collect and attract right particles.
Exactly, yes. We're actually in a spiraling journey here with our meetings. We meet every new moon, plant a seed of a new idea, and then see how it grows. And then we have the full moon gathering, and we'll say hello to Volkan from Turkey. It's wonderful to see you here with us. Great. And last time we really mentioned the fact that whatever we start small actually grows, which is also a huge warning.
Yes. Yes.
Because I think now in the full moon, if we look at the classical astrology, then the moon is classically in Scorpio, and I think this is something that we are all feeling lots and lots of emotion. Also the sun is in conjunction to Uranus, which is a very explosive planet. And the question is, do we want to grow that in our lives? Because if we submit ourselves to the emotional imbalance, then we plant the seed of emotional imbalance, and this grows.
At least we cry and we give water to the little seed.
Exactly. So, and I'll say hello to Rachel from Simi and Anne from the UK. And Tabitha, my astrology student. Wonderful to see all of us here.
Yes.
And what we want to grow is actually the good things. And this is the seed that we planted last time, the magnet idea and the compass. And that we can magnet things into our lives by doing them by small amounts. And today we really want to elaborate about how to collect our successes, how to give attention to them so they will grow in our lives.
Yes.
We have many things. Maybe we'll start by reading you a story. So we want to start with a story from this amazing book, which is called The Night Watchman by R. Armin. It's from the Gemstone Press. And
I think it's possible to buy it in Amazon.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And fragments of a great teaching. and
we all know, whilst Karni is looking for the book, how stories actually have seeds, one seed or few seeds that come together, and with all the theatrical words, feelings, sensation, atmosphere, these seeds are growing and really activate our feeling, imagination, and they also give a mirror to what is our story of life.
Yes. And also there is the Ring of Turquoise, the Ring of Turquoise storytelling group, which I am part of and my husband is part of, and it's an international group of storytellers coming from the Iman Way, and you can find our podcast everywhere. It's on Spotify and Telegram, and you can just look for it. But this is a very, very special story written by R. Armin. It's short. I think it's worth hearing, and I think everybody loves a good story. So we're doing something different, and we're starting with a story. Is it okay with you? There once was a young man making his way on a long journey over many lands. One day he met an old man, and the two of them fell into talking. "Tell me," asked the young man, "how do you work and keep yourself?" The old man told him, "I go into the forest and search for colored balls. I get 1 penny for each blue ball I find, 3 pennies for each green ball, and if I find a silver ball, it is worth a shilling." The young man was keen to try his hand at this and asked the old man where best to search for the colored balls. The old man willingly obliged, and so away the young man went with a spring in his step, carrying a basket that the old man had given him to help in his task. "This is easy," he thought. "I'll soon collect enough silver balls to make my fortune." Soon he came across a blue ball, and he paused. Looking at the basket, he saw he would have to collect a great many blue balls to earn what he wanted. So, turning aside, he left the blue ball and walked further into the forest, searching as he went for the valuable balls. On and on he walked for several hours looking for the silver balls. Oh, he passed many blue balls, and occasionally came across a green one, but he had become so determined to collect silver balls that he dismissed all others. Eventually, at the end of the day, he left the forest and again met the old man. The old man saw how tired and disappointed the young man looked. He saw the empty basket and he wanted to help. The younger man told him of his wasted search and asked for advice. The old man said, "I have learned the wisdom of beginning in small ways and not practicing dismissal, gathering the blue balls whenever and wherever they may be found." So the next day the young man set out again with the basket in his hand and a spring in his step. After a while he came across a blue ball, And this time he picked it up thinking, this is a start. He walked on and picked up another blue ball, then another and another. Suddenly, behind the blue ball, he discovered a green ball. He was pleased and was encouraged to continue looking for more as he went around gathering the blue balls. By the end of the day, his basket was full of blue and green balls, and just as he thought it was time to stop, there in front of him lay another blue ball. Because he now valued the blue balls, he stooped to pick it up. And as he did so, he saw, to his amazement, that hidden behind, it was a silver ball. It was at that moment, in that instant, he understood that great things are achieved by many small efforts, and that by collecting the small, apparently simple wisdoms, great truths may suddenly be revealed. So this is the story of the colored balls from the night, the Tales of the Night Watchman by R. Armin.
Yes, and actually this story is a great have a great usage in the school, in the village, where many of the teacher and the children actually collecting blue balls of small successes in their daily life. And what is amazing that in the school we have also a red card. So if a child, something happened to him and he does not feel well, or he need to clarify something that happened at a break or between two children, he can raise up the red card, and the lesson will be stopped to deal with this, because we know that if we are occupied with something that disturbs us, we are not open to learning, because we need to solve it, or we need to come to certain tranquil moment. So they actually stop and speak about it. But then one of the girls, many years ago, she said, so if we have this red card, how about we have blue card? She didn't hear yet a story. This was what was amazing. Show you how it is natural story. She said, how about we have a blue card, and whenever we want to confirm and to support and to encourage other children, or what's happened in the break, or the atmosphere in the class, or the teacher, we raise up the blue card and the lesson is stopped. So you can see actually after many breaks, an ocean of blue cards, because the children have been playing with one another and have fun and encourage one another. And this is something really that is so unique. And this story is actually an attitude towards life.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So I'll also say hello to our friend Eleni from Cyprus.
Hi.
Hello. And my astrology student Ashley, it's good to have you here. And hello Trisha. You said you couldn't come, but you did join, so it's wonderful. Yeah. We're really happy to see you from Ireland here. And if you can all take a minute and think. So we're trying to collect even our small successes. So our question, we're repeating the question from the beginning of the live event. What is your recent success? Think about it, and if you can and want, please write it down. So what is your recent success? It can be something small, it can be something amazing, whatever you want. Think about it. What is your recent success? And please write it down. And to say that really the school that Gafnit opened here in the village is quite an amazing school, and in 5th grade they actually do the theater of the story we just read. And during the whole year they have a notebook of collecting their successes. And hello to Lucy from nearby, from here in Israel and even from our village.
In the next street.
So children from the 5th grade actually learn how to write down the little successes of the day. And this is so important because if we train ourselves to see the successes, then this is what will grow. And I have 2 little stories about it. One is that I just cleaned our garden recently. Huge project. And after hours of working and sweating, I told my husband, now your job is to come out and say, wow. So he came out and kidding, yes, I had like, beautifully clean garden, but I left the broom outside or something like that. He said, oh, no, there's a broom here. And of course he was kidding, but sadly this is how we work and how our brain usually works, yes, because all of our successes become white noise. We're not giving them the attention, but we give lots of attention to the small things that didn't work. And as this little student said, why not give the time and attention to the things that do work? So please continue to write your successes.
Yeah.
And Rachel, her success, having 2 new students wanting to learn yoga.
Whoa.
This is amazing success.
Yes.
Really wonderful.
Yes.
And please, if you want to write down your successes, we'll support you and say wow. We'll go out and say wow.
Wow.
For you, because it's so important. But we also need to learn how to say wow. And another thing, as I told in the last meeting, we have a new puppy in the house, and we went to a session with a dog trainer that came to our village to give a meeting. And he said something very smart, not about dogs even. He talked about how to train the dog and how to work with her. And he said that if only teachers would understand that during the 1st grade, what they need to do is to give an A on all the exams for the children. So the children will start with the feeling of success. And this, of course, is said about the dogs as well, that they need to understand, not just know what they're not supposed to do, but to really encourage them on all the things that they do right. And of course, this is something that we need to know about ourselves and our children, because again, we ignore our successes, and we were trained to focus on what
to be picky on the
yes.
positive, on the negative. But
yes.
let's change it, because also we see that we are waiting for other people to confirm us and to tell us, oh, this was a successful move and this and that. But if the sounds come from within and we don't wait for the outside, and we get disappointed because the outside maybe didn't notice. Maybe they were too busy collecting the blue balls, or, So it's really good to do a night confirmation, and we also
which is actually something that you do in your book. So this is Gafnit's book, the book of good sleep. You want to say a few words?
Yeah, and actually there is a process here which we go through the spectrum color to encourage ourselves and to see what we have been doing today and how many little successes in each color, which is amazing, not only the blue color but also the red and the orange and the green. So for example, the orange is what I was curious about today, small or big things, simple or complex things. And this is a success because curiosity is a great energy. It's a great energy that wants to open a new subject. And there is more, the yellow success, which is to do with really society, who are the friends that I met today and the relationship, things that really give us small successes and actually each success is surrounded by a story. Because a success can be very dry. Okay, I met this and this person, fine. Okay, what's it? But if you remember the face expression and the smell and the energy and the tone of voice and where they are from, like we see now people from all over the world, this I feel a success.
Yes.
We all feel a success. That and Trisha wrote something. So
yes, that her success is being able to take a moment to be in the present whenever she can. She says it's small, but makes a difference. It's a huge success. It is such a huge success in these days, in these pressures that we are, to take a moment
to breathe,
to
breathe in the new energy, to breathe in the new energy.
Yes, so definitely huge success.
Yes.
So Gafnit, when we walked and talked, you told me about the amazing new thing that came in, which is the 3 levels of success.
Yes.
Can you please share this wonderful insight?
Yes, it's actually quite fascinating because it's the first time thinking about it like this. And this is what really make us inspired about this conversation. And although you can't speak, but we feel you, and you also wrote something.
Yes, Ashley quit smoking. Yeah. Wow, this is a huge success. Wonderful. Yes. And being back in optimistic happiness, and these are amazing, big silver balls successes.
Yes,
amazing.
Yes, hold on to it. Whoa.
Yeah.
So,
and I have just something interesting. The thing I love that something interesting, what I see is that people actually write hearts and likes for other people's successes. Ooh. Which I think is beautiful. So take a minute and, if someone succeeded, just say, yeah, well done.
Yeah, because success are contagious.
Yeah.
Like failure are also contagious. But success are really contagious.
Yeah.
So imagine light of success in Ireland, light of success in Greece, light of success in
the US.
Ashley. And it's like beaming light.
Wow.
It's beaming light. And when we succeed, we become more ourselves. That we say that okay, if it was failure, it's because of someone else. Success, but it's actually we living in this world. How do we turn a failure into another try?
Yes.
And not get into frozen state and say, oh no, I will never try again. Yeah. So
the 3 levels of success.
Yes, 3 levels of success. So it might, okay, we don't say if it might be complicated. No, it is what it is. So there is 3 levels of success, and this is perception. There is probably many other. We have, we can have esoteric success, mesoteric success, and exoteric success. With exoteric, it's what is on outside. The outside is what we see, what we are most aware of. So in this case, we can say, okay, the mesoteric success is the middle part. It's actually where life is. And the esoteric success is something that is hidden. It's actually the hidden cause of things. Okay, straight away.
So there are 3 levels of success, yes? The exoteric is the outside level. The mesoteric is the inside, the in-between. And the esoteric is the core inside.
Yeah, and actually we live in all these 3 levels. We don't live only in the outer or the inner or the middle one. We exchange all the time. It's like breathing in and holding it and breathing out. So the outer success is probably, we all can see, is how much we're doing in the eyes of others. Yeah? So and it's also outside the tasking that we have. Okay, I had to do shopping great, I managed to do the shopping in this and this amount of money because I didn't disperse and, bought all the shop.
And today there is lots of emphasis on the esoteric, the outer success, because all the Instagram, Facebook, we want to have a nice picture so people will give us a like. Everything is everything is from the outside to the outside, and you want the confirmation of others. So you're on the edge. There is such a gap between the picture and that sometimes through the filters and everything, and the actual person or someone is presenting this amazing life, and it's so far from how they really, really feel. So this is very exoteric. It's really on the surface. It's really outside. It's really far from our core, and there's lots of emphasis of that during this time.
Yes,
for children and youth.
Yeah, and adult, and everybody want to look good. But it's great that everybody want to look good, because is it to do with the processing, what we are processing, like in the mesoteric? So we're radiating goodness, and good is something is it objective or not objective? Good is how we feel and how we radiate. And in one country it can be this, and in the other it can be this, but it doesn't really matter. We need to live with the fact that we are content and on the progression side of things. And if we will be very moody about, I didn't get enough likes today, I did a little drawing and only 3 people were happy about it and the rest even didn't see it, will I stop drawing? No, I will not, because this is something I love. This is something that really causes an inspiration and passion in my life. So I think we need really to assist our young generation and ourselves not to pay so much attention to the outside confirmation, and really not to be so moody about it, like stop eating because I didn't got enough confirmation, or stop, all kind of things, because what is what motivate our life is not only the outside source of confirmation and collect success for us. It's also, and it's really great fun and it's comfort us, but we really need to store these successes in our bone level, because it's our structure, it's something that holds really our values for the next. So this can be very moody, and I think we can all identify with this feeling.
Yes, that we're quickly influenced by something from outside of us, the confirmation or non-confirmation, and it swings our mood.
Yeah, and it actually can draw a lot of energy from our own sources.
Yeah.
So we can lose buckets of energy.
This is something when people come to me for charts, yes, and so many times, yes, I give the person the analogy of imagine all your emotions as an open tap. It's a tap that pours and wastes the waters, which are your energy. And this same energy can actually be used for, creativity time with your family, meditation, everything, spiritual development, everything. It's the same amount of energy. And if you are wasting your emotions, your tap is open. I'm sure many of my clients that hear it now say, "Ooh, so it's not me personally." No.
It's not.
It's really it's a mechanic, and everybody should really be mindful and calculated about what they waste their energy about.
Yeah. I think we actually all our life, all the first grade, second until the 12th grade university, we always depends on the marks that we will get. But if I love mathematics, for example, but if you ask how many marks I got, it's very low. I even don't remember because I really don't care. But I love mathematics. And if I would only think about as a teacher that was say, no, you are really bad in mathematics, I would lose my love for mathematics. And this gives me a great energy when I love mathematics or art or, learning other or working in the garden. And so we want to change this really, instead of only outside confirmation that make us very moody, to change it to inner confirmation. So we go into the middle level,
the mesoteric,
which is to do.
This is so we were here in the outskirts of things, and now we're going into the medium level of success.
Yeah, and it's to do with a mode of life.
Amazing. Actually. So instead of mood, now we're in the mode,
and we can have different kind of mode of life. Like when we wake up, it's something else. When we go to sleep, mid-time, when we meet with a family, when we do things, we can cook with a mood of inspiration. Like today, I made a lunch for some friends, and it was complete. I never made this lunch before, and I cooked actually many lunches in my life, but it was new.
It was new. Schools and for camps and for...
Yeah, and for the family. Mm-hmm. But it was new, so the mode was new, inspiring. Let's try. Yeah? And this is to do with maintenance of life. What kind of mode we want to bring in and what kind of successes we collect, because this is a process. Then it's not the end result like the exoteric. It's a process, it's an ongoing process. This is why it's good to stop from time to time, to have our notebook or board, black, whiteboard, chalkboard, whatever.
Mm-hmm. Cork, where you can put up your different...
Or just take a plant and write, take a plant and write all kind of small things and stick it on a little wood chopstick like this. So make a mindful notation about these moments, because it's like these energy balls.
Yes.
And it's really energy balls. So we can store it for a moment when we feel a bit low, because this is life. The waves just come up, go down, come up, goes down. So when we have a wave which is very high and very low, if we just do like this and maintain the high and the low, not so extreme. So this mode of life and this process give us a possibility to be happy.
Yes.
Actually, to be happy.
Yes, I'm thinking also, we have the outer area. So this can be what we do, but we can choose the mode that we're doing it in. So I can do dishes. It's the same thing. I can be grumpy about it, or I can think about cleanliness and care, or just look out the window and appreciate life while I do that. So it's not about the outer thing, it's about the process at this time.
Yes.
Or as we said, you might have an outer failure, but your inner mode, the mesoteric, is actually I'm trying. It's a wonderful trial. And I don't remember who told me. Was it you? I don't remember. Someone said, I tried to do something this week. And I said, did you succeed? She said, no, but I tried. And this is a wonderful, wonderful attitude. It's not about the outer result. It's about the mode of trying and the mode we choose to be in. So we're not affected by something else that swings our mood, but we're deciding in what state we want actually to be in.
Yeah, and then we can also learn about what are the mode and the processes that help us, give us well-being, give us healing, give us encouragement, and we can learn what are the processes that draw us to the corner where we want to, not to be in the corner. So it's a self-learning and self-observation and detection about ourselves. Yeah, so
maybe before we go to the inner part, so I think everybody who's oriented a bit in astrology, you see circles and you see different circles,
like spiral.
Yes, orbits, different orbits, okay, then hopefully it really reminds you of something. And this is actually, imagine that the middle part, this is planet Earth. I'm taking the Virgo card from my astrological cards that I've created, and it will represent now planet Earth, okay? And naturally, planet Earth revolves around the sun, which would be, soon we'll talk about the core, the esoteric. So we're revolving around the sun, and whilst we do that, the moon is revolving around us. So we have 3 different levels here. We have the moon level outside. All it can do is actually, spin around, and always being in huge change. We have planet Earth, which only really revolves around the sun, so it can allow more process. It doesn't have this extra spin that the moon does. And now we're coming to the core, to the center of things, the esoteric level. Which has to do with the sun.
Which is quite fascinating, because this is to do with the mind. And this is to do...
So we have mood, mode, and mind.
And this is really to do with our inner core and what make us really inspired by, but in a deep level, like a spirit flare or a soul igniting, or something that make us smile, but internally, like our heart is smiling. And this is to do with uniqueness of self, and something we are so passionate about, and maybe other people don't know about it. Maybe it's new, maybe it's something like we are growing something very, very unique, like the seed of last time, the cow tree. And it's to do with the inner motive of our life, our belief and our value to the life we got, to the present we got, and what can we be with them, not only do with them, but being with them. It's more the sense of being.
Yes. Motive is good. So we also have mood, mode, and motive. And the sun is actually the source of everything. And this is also something that we talked about, that in the esoteric level, you don't need the outer confirmation. You're connected to the source. So this is the room where you and God sit, or you and yourself, or your higher self, or whatever you want to call it. This what gives you the confirmation.
So when we actually have this, our little booklet of successes, it can be maybe divided to 3. So we can actually have, the successes of the outer ring.
And all are important, yes? Yeah. We wanted to collect successes from all 3 fields.
Yeah, so we can write them down, because it will help us to perceive where was our focus today. And it's okay, the focus can be in many different places. We are so You know, we are so unique. We're made out of so many parts of life. So the focus can mean many, but let's see that there is a flow between these three levels.
Yeah.
And that these three levels get actually the nourishment that they need, because each one needs different food.
Yes.
Different vitamin, different energies.
Yes, I feel that we need to maybe elaborate more about the esoteric and the confirmation that comes from God, or from really actualizing your unique and bright self. It goes with the example that you gave, Gafnit, of if you're drawing a picture, you're doing a piece of art, you don't need the 1,000 likes to confirm you. If you are connected to creativity, this is confirmation enough. If you're happy doing that, if you feel inspired.
If we try, if we take the pen or the pencil or the little brush, and we just hold it and we say, we try. We try like a little child. My granddaughter, she's like, at the beginning she held the color crayon, but she didn't know what to do with it. So she put it in her mouth. And then she started to play on, to draw on a piece of paper, and she was like, she was all inspired that the magic come. The pen gave its, the crayon gave its mark on the piece of paper. And she's a year and 4 months in 2 days, like so young, but you can see that it's really, it's a confirmation from the parents and the grandparents, and it's a process that she discovered. But I felt it was also give light. It gave light to something of her inner life, which was so unique.
Yes.
I think Trisha wrote for us.
Yes, she said that in my daughter's school they give wow cards to the children for different qualities the teachers notice in each child. This is exactly to help the young person to recognize their own brightness.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, when I started with the astrological cards, it wasn't successful as it is today. For many years, I was very excited about them, but not many people knew about them. And the first edition sold so slowly, but I was excited about them. And then suddenly different people who used them were also excited about them. So actually people from all over the world offered to translate them to different languages.
Wow.
And now they're translated to 7 or 8 languages already. They're published in Brazil by a big publishing company. I hope I have Brazilian friends here watching, although the language is a bit different. But I get messages in Portuguese from time to time, and I Google Translate it, which is really wonderful.
Wow.
And now, almost every day or two someone buys a deck of cards, but it wasn't like that for years. It wasn't like that. But it didn't discourage me because I was excited about the cards and I used them.
I also think that the source that you have been connected by being inspired and have the image, because these cards are not existing nowhere. I mean, no one drew like this the same. It's something very unique. So the source of inspiration and your inspiration is like a fresh water that pour into a cup, but then someone drink it. So it's not like full, but no. And this is like connecting the dots of life.
Yes. And you don't know what you do causes. You really don't. You might not see the immediate reflection in the exoteric level, but maybe you sent a warm thought to someone and it changed his day. maybe didn't even know that it happened because you sent it this healing energy. Yes,
Yeah.
but something happened there. This is huge success. This is amazing. You helped someone. This is might be saving lives.
We have a little story that go with it actually.
Yeah.
It's a story of the man or the woman that walk on the beach, and they were like, a bit heavy and kind of moody, and walked on the beach, and find themselves speaking with God and said, God, but I really need your help. I'm walking here alone and I really, really need your help. And there is quiet. And the man or the woman say, oh, probably they are not with me. They left me because what, And then there is a voice saying, but look, the steps that you see on the sand is me carry you on my shoulder. And this is unique when times that we feel a bit moody or in a mood of not being, we didn't manage to collect this little success of today that gave us energy. We should always know that we are not alone. And this is beautiful.
Yes. So you can always connect to the source. If you connect to the source, you connect to the pure energy and to success and to happiness and inspiration. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Wow, yeah.
So this perception actually, maybe for you it's not new, but for us, it just came in a boom, like so bright. And since then, it's really activates something in us.
Yeah.
To search for it, and in the mingle of life we can lose ourselves, but if we stop for a minute and really have this little notebook. I remember in the White Top we did something really we understood.
White Top is the
young template of peace. It's a worldwide happening, and you can actually search for it in the internet as well. whitetop.org. So there were a group of young people who came with the idea that because we don't confirm one another enough and we don't confirm ourselves enough, they came with the idea of the little finger. So each time they would raise up the little finger and do like this towards someone had to confirm himself and say it out loud. So today I managed to overcome, hard work in the garden, and I did it. I actually did it in the afternoon. And this little finger, you can remember it. It's really great. It happened in Ireland actually. It was a green idea of Ireland. Self-confirmation. So we collect these little successes and they store in our bones and our body and our mind and our motive, and they make us stronger. Yeah. So remember the little green finger.
Yes. And remember to start with the small successes, because as the magnet, they'll gather more successes. And remember not to keep the successes as white noise, but to have the wow card, as Trisha said.
Yeah.
About everything that you did and you're succeeding in. Remember to seek the confirmation from within and from above, and not from the outside.
Yeah.
And if you want, do what the children do, and I did as well, which is to actually have a notebook every day to write your successes, and even maybe put a little sticker.
Yes, smiley
near
sticker.
It. Yes, as if you were a small child, and this might also really heal back some wounds from the past about not having a confirmation. as children as we should have.
Yeah, because we can turn. We can turn, like the book that I wrote. It's actually, when I was really, really tiny, I was 2 days young, and I brought in the kibbutz into kindergarten. And I never slept with my parents. And it's a great disaster feeling to be, but I made out of it the best. I managed to learn to run and climb the beds and go down and run. When I was 1 year and 2 months, I was really running quickly. And I wrote this book as a remedial and as a healing for the children, youth, young people and adults. So I took it and I turned it over, not to be a failure, because it was not by, my parents did the best they can. They built the kibbutz and the rest of it. And I never blamed them. I took this energy and I did with it. I was a great runner and I wrote this book. And this is something that we can heal back something. We can heal back something that was open wound, and we want to heal it. Yeah. And it's strange to heal something back, but we actually, with the energy, because energy and time is not linearic, it's come where it's needed, and with it come a great healing.
Yes, yes. So we're towards the end of our time today. Please remember to put the like or love icon here on the video. Please share with friends this video so these messages can resonate and go to the world. Next time we will meet again in the new moon. We have no idea what we're going to talk about, so give us ideas. Yes. Ask your questions. What would you want us to open up in the next meeting that we have 2 weeks from now in the new moon? And have a wonderful, wonderful time. Be safe. Goodbye.
Yes. Bye. Collect small successes. Blue balls.
Bye bye, everybody.
Bye.